Hey everyone, I wanted to take a minute and share something that has been really helpful with me. I know this being New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, when I'm recording this anyway, it's the time for New Year's resolutions, trying to evaluate and improve your life. And as we know, most New Year's resolutions never stick and hold. And this is something that I came across quite some time ago and was immensely helpful to me in my life and better than a New Year's resolution. It was something that actually gave me an evaluation data, which, if you know me, um, I like strategy and data, and this perfectly hit home. I did not come up with this, but it's something that I found and then kind of modified to work for me. And I just wanted to share it, and it might be helpful to you as well. It actually started with an article from Harvard Business Review on how to use business strategy to apply to your life and come up with a life strategy or a life improvement strategy. You may or may not know, for a while I did business growth consulting. And so this was something that just kind of hit home with me. And so then seeing how it actually could apply to your personal life and give you a analysis and really a plan to improve your life in a lot of different areas. And so I just want to share this, and I'm willing to share these resources with you if you watch this and it's you find that it's helpful. So I'm going to share just what I have, the resources that I have. Um, and again, this is not a professional video, clearly not AI. Just kind of doing this off the cuff because I want to share what I've experienced and what's helped me and what might help you as well. So, like I said, this came from a Harvard Business Review article on creating a life strategy. And what they did is they took a system that they helped businesses with, coming up with business strategy, and just applied it to your own personal life. So it starts off with helping you figure out how you define what a great life is to you. It's different for different people. You have different priorities, you have different aspirations, different personalities and goals. And so this is really fit to what makes a great life for you and why I think this is a great tool to use. And so they came up with these different areas to evaluate your life and figure out, what needs to be improved in your life to give you a successful life. So they call it PERMAVs. So positive emotions, engagement, or like when you're kind of in the flow of things, when things are just feeling natural and successful for you, productivity, relationships, meaning, achievement, vitality, or your health and energy, autonomy, when you feel fulfillment, contentment, control, and then your spiritual life. And so you can go through these things and define what those mean for you and what gives you in happiness and success in those areas. And then you can kind of summarize what then a great life for you is going to look like. And then this is something that I kind of they talk about a little bit in the article, but I've added to this because your life purpose that involves not only your career and how you make an income, but just what you enjoy to do. The Japanese philosophy of Ikigai. And so there's a website that I recommend going to. You go through this kind of test. It's free, but you can pay for a more full report, which I recommend. It's not that very expensive. I've actually got it pulled up here, ikagaitest.com. Um, and it gives you kind of this chart of what your, kind of ikigai is, a combination of what you're good at, what you enjoy, what makes you feel successful, and what the world needs, and what you can get paid for. That's what kind of the summary of an ikigai is. Um, and then you kind of create a vision for your life. What do you want your life to become? And so one of the neat things about, how this works is you actually use this chart, and I've got a Excel sheet already created that I'm willing to that I can share with you, where you go through these areas of your life, relationships, body, mind, spirituality, community and society, your community involvement, your job, your learning, your fitness, your finances, your interest in entertainment, and your own personal care. So these areas of life. And there's only so many hours in a week, 168 hours in a week. And you go through and you fill out this chart with how many hours you're spending in each of these areas, how important that area of your life is. And again, it's different for each one of us. And that's why I love this tool is it really customizes it to what you need. But how important is that area to you? And then how satisfied you currently are in that area of your life. And so what ends up happening, I'm just gonna, throw in some numbers here into this chart so you can kind of see what happens. Um, so your friendships. Um, oh, I need a number there. Just changes a little bit. And so what happens as you fill this out, you get this graph or this chart of um, that maps out, and you have a visual representation of how satisfied you are in these areas of life and how much time you're spending in these areas of your life. And so what you might discover is that, the larger the circle is, the more time you're spending in that area of your life. So you can see with physical needs of eating and sleeping, we spend a lot of time in that area. It is very important. So let's give it a 9. And, let's maybe say you're not very satisfied in that area of your life. So you can see on this chart here, your physical needs, you're spending a big circle, a lot of time, but it's way up on importance, but it's very low on satisfaction. So what ends up happening is you end up with this chart, of where you're at in your life, and it gives you a visual representation of what areas then you need to focus on improving. And then the article takes you through like benchmarks or what is the kind of the average area for other people and the rest of the world in these areas. And so the final step is then looking at this and saying, okay, what then choices do I need to make? And what actions, what do I need to take to make improvements in these areas that I want to be better in my life? And the final step is OKRs or objectives and key results. And it's you setting out a plan to say, okay, this is what I'm going to do in this area of my life. And this is the result I want to see in this period of time. And so this is what I'm saying is like it gives you an actual step-by-step action plan for how to improve your life. And again, I want to share this because I've used this tool. I'm about ready to go through it again and update it again. But this has given me an actual data-driven plan for improving my personal life, and I'm sharing it because it works. It's worked for me. I've used this. I'm continuing to use it. And so, if this is something that you're interested in, and you want these, documents and resources for you to use, just send me a message. I'm happy to share them. And then if you want some accountability or some facilitation in this process, I'm willing to do that as well. So let me know if you want more help in this area of your life. And then this also applies to business. Again, I used to do business consulting. So if that's something that I could help in as well, let me know. But really, this is just me sharing something that's worked for me. It's this time of year that instead of just a New Year's resolution, might help you with an actual actionable plan and steps to create a life strategy to improve your life this next year. 2026, in a lot of different ways, is supposed to be a year of change, improvement, transformation. And I want it to be a positive transformation for myself and hopefully for you as well. So, again, if you're interested in these resources, send me a message and I'm happy to share them. Have a great day and a happy new year.